do you become friends with some of the CrossFitters? I mean,
Yeah, for sure. I think I become friends, and sometimes they get mad at me. Brooke Wells is really mad at me right now. Like she because of last year what happened at the games, and I said something in the press conference because I considered us pretty good friends, and I said I made a comment about the stepping on the line thing and how I thought she made a comment about it, and then I made a comment in a press conference after the games in response to her comment, and it really upset her. And so we kind of used to talk on a regular basis, but we haven't talked since then until recently, until the documentary came out, this new documentary. And she sent me a message saying, thanks for saying that, you didn't want that to happen to me or something like that. But, so some of them sometimes get really upset at me. And, the thing is, like, I'd say this about that Brooks situation. It was nothing, what happened at the games and even what I said in the press conference was nothing personal. It's just all, it's what I'm doing there, and it's who I am there. I have to be, I can't be everybody's buddy at the games, and I can't be on anyone's side really because of the role I'm in. But yeah, some of them over the years, because of the multiple events we do and the time we spend together, I developed friendship with. I'd say people like Josh Bridges, especially the earlier athletes, because it seems like we used to do a lot more stuff together back then. Josh, and I put him through training when we were both in the Navy at the same time together. And yeah, he was coming through training and I was an instructor. And so I met him through that. And this was before he ever went to the games. So people like that, Rich Froning, I'd consider him a pretty good friend. Dan Bailey, even though I give him a lot of shit. And obviously I become better friends with the guys than I do a lot of female athletes, but I do become, I am a friend with a handful of them too. So yes, and I would say over the years with the new format and that I travel less to, that we don't have the open announcements, that we don't have the regionals, we don't have the invitational where we used to take the best athletes. Those were all opportunities that we hung out and spent time together. Those are all gone. And I don't travel to these sanctioned events. So the only time I really see them now is at the games. So with the modern era, I'm not as close with the modern era of athlete, the previous era of athlete. And the previous era, it was interesting because a lot of them would also be on our training team, our seminar team. So, for like Camille, I'd consider her a good friend. Camille was on the training team. Rich Froning was on the training team. Margot Alvarez. So a lot of these people who, from the last generation who were stars did both. They were great athletes and great trainers. You don't see that as much now. A lot of the newer generation are just focusing on competing, and most of them aren't trainers, it seems, and they don't try out for the seminar team. So less opportunities for me to have a connection with some of them than there was in the past.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And also at this stage too, that last group, that was, I think what's happening even maybe in my own mind. So, we've been doing the games for 12 years. That earlier group I was talking about, I was 10 years younger, closer to their age. They were 25, I was 32. So a little more, relatable in age. And now these athletes are 24, 25, and I'm 42. So I'm also, the gap and what we have in common is increasing. So
you keep getting older and they keep getting younger.
Yeah, exactly.